Good afternoon, everyone. It's lunchtime. We're back with Genshin. Alright. So, if you, game. There we go. If you managed to catch the stream yesterday, we got a surprise 5-star. And no, it wasn't a C1 Tainari. It was a refinement for the Amos bow. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad, I got a weapon. I'm glad, I could have someone that can use it. It's just the fact that it could have been any other weapon, and I probably would have been happier to a point. Like, if I got the Jade Spear, I don't really have anyone that can use the Jade Spear. I could put it on Zhangling, but Zhangling really needs a lot of ER, so the crit rate really doesn't matter. So at this moment in time, I don't really have anyone that could use it, but it is a good weapon for somebody later. But the fact that I got it at like 25 pity is still astonishing. Hi, hon, how you doing? But new day, new banners. We are. I'm just gonna say engulfing lightning, just because I do plan on pulling for Raiden. And right now I don't necessarily need Kenichi's weapon, just because I have the other one. I have the crafted one. And for our resources, I'm gonna save myself the headache of and getting enough Mora to do that. But Mora first. Let's go spend some resin. We'll spend the 3 before we condense. Alright. Molani, I will bring you back out. Behave. Do this stuff first. Do the artifact route. I'm gonna bring my mouse down here so I can keep an eye on the time. And then we'll do like the trial runs and all that fun stuff.
Everybody stand back!
Here comes another.
Into the wind. Let's ride! Let's finish this fast. Amazing!
Yeah.
The wind knows me.
Stand down.
So this is the thing I've been actually really noticing a lot with Mualani. I do the thing, I do her, attack and stuff like that, but I say my pyro runs out because the barrier's not down or whatever. Bennett's circle. I need to reapply it, and I go to switch off, and for some reason she doesn't switch off. There's always a delay before she switches off, and I don't understand why. Stay away from the wild. I am so surprised I didn't. Why? Okay, this happened to you yesterday, hon. Are you done playing? I'm gonna wait for that to go back home. I'm doing okay. I got super, super chilled, and that's what woke me up ultimately. What? Why? Why are you away? Why? I think this Wyab is broken. Because I was nowhere near it. It shouldn't have aggroed me, and it followed me all the way up here.
Alright, let's finish this fast. Eat this! One with nature. Surf's up!
You know what? Just burst.
Best of luck.
Oh, you're still alive. How are you still alive?
The wind knows me. Time to go.
Yeah, we're in that weird temperature for the apartment.
Into the wind.
Amazing.
What it does. Not hunting.
Because it's super hot without the fan or the air conditioner, but it's really cold with them.
Off we go.
No in between. Alright, last one.
Teamwork is dreamwork. You're toast.
It's fine.
Let.
The wind knows
Oh
me.
my god.
Surf's up.
Fuck you.
Let's shred, Sharky. Amazing.
Now we can. Alright, that all my Fatuis? So. Yeah, about 5-ish minutes? Yeah, no real way to even it out either. Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of hoping to have, like, the sun be behind some clouds and hopefully that would have balanced it out a little bit, but there's just enough sunlight coming in from the living room to, like, heat it up, so you need the air conditioner. Speaking of fan, gotta turn my little one up. And grab some Dr. Pepper. Alright. So let's do this. Let's move back to Fontaine. Because we gotta condense the resin now. Or we can condense the resin, I should say. So even if I do get the Raiden Shogun, she's not going to get leveled for a little bit, just because we do need to concentrate on the characters we have ascended or have leveled and need to ascend and level, like, say, Tainari. But she would probably be in a good team with Tainari, so I'm not going to be upset if we do get her. Mainly, I do want to roll for Chevreuse, so we can try doing some overload at some point. But we got some test runs. Come on, can each... Really? You're taking...
Are you running away?
Why would you think I'm running away?
Locked up.
Okay, he's definitely something I would have to get used to. He, however, does control better than Mualani. I missed 2. Are you serious? Or 1, rather. Alright, I'll grab it. Yep. Hey.
this really necessary?
No, it's not.
I got you covered!
Nice and spicy. Hey-ya! Try this on the side. Fly!
I got him cornered!
Oops, he didn't do
Clear these
his...
souls!
The glory to which none can compare.
Don't get too close! Support fire!
Fallen amber, help!
Locked on!
Okay, it looks like you can do that a couple times. Alright.
You're toast!
Fire it up! Target acquired!
Full glory! Blaze! Dragon fire! Burn it all! It feels good.
Okay, he's just as deranged as Laharl. Alright, should be about time to go do the artifact route, so let's go and do that. Should have been Laharl's voice. That would have been amazing. Honestly, if it was, I probably would have gone it for Kinich, just for that. So I do love me some Disgaea. Oh, am I like a few seconds early? Okay. Well, we do a couple more trials while we wait for that to spawn.
Let me weave you a verdict. Eat this! I'm going in! Let's light it up! Torn to oblivion! Shine down! No, my sword! At the right hand, everybody stand back! Witness the power of Gugwa! You're toast! Now you shall perish!
Easy peasy. Now for not the greatest displays of what they can do. Toma!
Don't get too close! I got you covered! Don't get frostbite!
Hey-ya! Nice and spicy! Boom-boom! Inadmissible evidence! Incinerate!
Supporting fire! Oh, so sorry. Dodge this!
You're toast!
Yay! This guy collab when I wish. I want to see a collab with something with this guy. And this verse would be the Pretty Raid, yep. So like Navia, but exploding demon penguins. Exactly. That is the spirit. Okay, okay, but hear me out. Flanzilla. That would just be amazing.
You've been a naughty boy. Let the show begin.
Try not to enjoy them.
Storm the front!
You're in for...
Lisa,
You're
now's not the time. Let's see. How would you do Flawnzilla? Like, because that's the thing. Like, Flawnzilla has been, like, Flawn's ultimate since D2, basically. This guy at 2, not D2. So...
Stop right there! Justice will prevail! Surrender and be.
Check this out. I got you covered.
Shadow Raven, let night fall! Hands where I can see them!
Oh god, Lisa.
Let's spark things up a little.
Here's backup.
Wings of darkness, come, sever night from day. You asked for it.
Okay, all trials done. Exit station. Flawn is a healer with a typical damage burst. Wouldn't be bad. Is there a healer in Genshin that has a damage burst? Yeah, Chev does. We good now? We are good. Okay. Kazuha. Trying to think. Cause like Jean, Bennett, and even Baiju, like their burst still heals, but that does do damage when they go down or come out. Because Baiju has the thing that just like targets random things and will deal dendro damage. And Seedween does too. Oh, internet, please behave. I think Bardo is the only one that doesn't do damage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she is the only one that doesn't do damage. Because Chi-Chi's does. Ooh, I'm having a connectivity issue. Oh, god damn it. I didn't want the veggies.
Time to go.
So my goal for today right now is to get the last couple primos that it looks like we need just to do a 10 pull. Because since we're so close to it, might as well try to get the 10 pull. And see if we get lucky or if I cry in Kujo-Sara again. Yes, most of my pulls yesterday were Kujo-Sara.
I'm going in.
Bennett, you missed.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire. Eat.
One with nature.
Carving waves. Woohoo! Surf's up.
Time to go.
Now, my tale yesterday of me pulling on my main was an interesting one. I had 120 pulls saved up,
Time to go.
so which wasn't bad. I was originally just going to stop at the first 5-star, win or lose. And I lost. I ended up with a C2 Dea, so I'm not upset about that.
Time to go.
But I kind of really wanted more Chev cons. No joke, I think I rolled one Chev during the first 70 pulls. And pretty much everything else was Kujosara, with a couple weapons sprinkled in. The 4-stars are maddening in this game, I swear to God. But I was disappointed that I didn't get Raiden, because she was one of the characters I originally wanted from the start.
Time to
And my husband just said to me, well, that's reason enough to keep pulling. Get Raiden. So I said, all right. There's still plenty of time to save for the next patch and stuff like that. I have plenty of stuff I have not touched. If I really desire, I need or feel that I need the Primos. And I've stated before, the reason I haven't done it is just so I have that reserve for everything to put into Nouvellette when he comes back. But, you know, it was reason enough. Did a 10 pull. Got Chev, thankfully, and Kujosara. And then I did another 10 pull and got Raiden. I got her on the second pull of the second 10 pull. So within 12 pulls, I managed to get my guarantee. Doing the whole math out, what's funny is that basically I went to hard pity in total to get Raiden. Because I think it maths out for, because I think Dea on 76. So add 12 to that. So that's 88. Yeah. So just about hard pity. That was actually kind of funny in terms of number. Part of me does want to get her weapon on my main, and that's just because it would be flipping between the catch and engulfing lightning between Raiden and Zhangling anyway, depending on the teams I run. As of right now, she's pretty much a reaction character. I'm not doing her on field. So I think I can get away with the Kitan and maybe the Dragon's Bane to do some reaction. So I might not need to do that. So we'll see. On this account, I don't plan on actually going for the weapon. Because there's no guarantee I'm going to get Raiden anyway. Just because we are on 50-50. We are at 0 pity. And barely at a 10 pull. And as I mentioned, she's not, even if we get her, she's not going to get leveled right away.
Nice and spicy.
Another test subject.
The wind knows me.
Catch an epic wave. Faster. Amazing. Everybody stand back.
Into the wind.
Carving waves. Amazing. Check this out. Best of luck. Need a surfboard? Out of the frying pan. It's
One with nature.
Let's ride. Surf's up.
Done.
See, it's those moments where she feels really good. It's when the controls don't want to obey me that she feels like ass. But I will say, the biggest thing with Mulan, I will say, is that she can do a lot of damage with little investment. And that's a big, big plus. It's just that she feels buggy as hell.
Time to go.
Every time I send that shark out, I salute. Because I feel that it is just going to go sailing.
Time to go.
Ah. Uh. Oh yeah, we gotta find another one of those fire flower things too. So I can do the commission. The weekly commission. Alright, Benny boy. It's your time to shine.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Well met.
Carving waves.
Oh, did you just get off of it?
That's an epic wave. Go. Let's ride. Amazing. Woohoo!
Into the wind.
You need to stop doing that.
Carving waves.
Unfortunate fault.
I swear the grass is going to kill her at some point. I can see why Emily is good for her. Because she would have the resistance to burning.
Ho! Off we go. Off we go. Need a surfboard?
One with nature.
All right. Stay with me, everybody. That cat can talk. He hasn't said that in a long time. He must no longer be surprised.
Taking a stroll in the middle of a downpour certainly rouses the spirit. But it's best to dry your clothes as soon as possible after the rain stops.
Chugging a little bit. Oh, we're getting a spike in our ping. Yep. All right, fair warning, because I said it earlier too that I was experiencing an internet hiccup. I actually was sitting next to my router with my phone, and it said I didn't have internet, so I'm probably experiencing some technical difficulties. So if I DC more than once, I'll probably have to call stream, because it's just not gonna hold. Yeah, and you can see my ping just going absolutely crazy right now. Stop it. Oh my god. This is gonna get me killed. Hello, thank you for the follow.
The wind moves me.
Let's ride! Surf's up! Amazing!
Nature.
Oh, they must have all gotten scooped up together by Kazuha. I'm doing all right. How are you? That's not what I want. I want to go over here.
Need a surfboard? Off we go.
I stream Monday through Friday, from noon to 2.
Off we go.
I consider myself a lunchtime streamer.
Need a surfboard?
Time to go.
If that wasn't her line, I would leave her out. But every time, you need a surfboard? No, I don't.
Time to go.
And I'll definitely go heal at a freaking statue before we do the ley lines. Poor Mualani.
Wind Strider.
That's right, you better run.
Time to go.
Typically Genshin Impact. I on occasion do Final Fantasy 14.
Sure.
And there it is. No. No, I don't. Because I've already had other people do that. Don't do that. It is in my rules that you do not self-promote.
Adventure time. Are you? Everybody stand back. Surf's up.
I do not have a Discord.
Just
Time to go.
I also hit map and not. Alright, you know, let's go here and then we're gonna go back to Fontaine. Actually, I can go to that one. Yeah, we can. Alright, hand this in.
thank you for complete. Add Astra.
Give me my party back.
You might want to get a guide if you're not.
And we'll be doing that at some point, since that's the only one we need to do. And right, I need to do the Abyss on this account. Alright. No, not that one, this one. Let me actually see how I'm doing on those items. Okay, we're at 300 of these, so that's good. Out of curiosity, can Kinich take those? Oh no, he takes those flowers. Okay. And the oh, that makes sense. The juvenile teeth things. Okay, so Kinich didn't need those, which I'm not playing for Kinich anyway, but good to know.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Just trying to see if I can see one of those flaming flowers anywhere nearby. Man, is that... Oh. Is that something I need to bonk? Oh, perfect. It's right near the llamas. Alpacas, whatever you want to call them. Now don't hit the alpaca. Sweet.
All right, let's finish this fast.
Into the wind.
Amazing. Surf up.
The llamas. El llamas. Oh, good. We got one of these things over here, too. So you can go boop. Oh, it's
Need a
above.
surfboard?
Yell that any louder, Mulani.
One with nature.
Where you be? There it be.
Off we go. What we going in?
The wind knows me.
Carving waves. Catch an epic wave.
Mulani.
Nice and spicy.
One with nature.
Faster. Surf's up. Blade.
Show me your courage.
The wind knows me.
Amazing.
Let's do this.
Check this out. Best of luck. Ah, where's the surfboard?
Alright, one more run. And let's go to a Statue of the Seven, because Mulani liked to burn. Apparently, I'm not close enough. And last one. And we'll check to see how our fun situation is going. I see you.
Ho! All right, let's finish this fast. Off we go. Everybody stand back.
Into the wind.
Carving waves. Amazing. Let's shred, Sharky.
Pick the wrong test subject.
I have enough treasure hoarder things to sink a battleship, I swear. Alright, so how are we doing on that? Wow, we're already back to 3.6 mil. And we have enough for our temple. Is it me or does her targeting seem better today? A little bit. Honestly, I should probably try it on a single target. Although you're right, her burst actually did hit, and it hit the multiple targets. But we didn't get any notification saying that they fixed something, because they'll always say they fixed something. They have to. Alright, Battle Pass. What is in my Battle Pass? Oh, completing the ley lines. So we're at 43. What does that give me? More Moro. Excellent. Alright, so tomorrow, definitely doing books. Alright. Right in. Like I said, I don't believe we rolled any. I think it was all single pulls, right, from Mualani? Oh, I got one additional pull. Huh, I actually don't remember doing that in a 10 pull. So, okay, we're one pity in. We do have glitter if we need to. I do want to get Xingqiu out of the shop, so I'm going to try not to use it. But let's see what our first polls on Raiden Shogun look like. No 5-star. I expected that. We got our 5-star yesterday. Stupid Amos Mo. Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me? Why? If there's something I really want to complain about, it is the 4 stars and the fact that on a character banner, I see way more weapons than I do fucking characters. Yay, useless weapon. There we go. Woo. I would rather had Kujo Sara, because then I could have gotten another wish. Or Chev. You know, the character I actually want off the banner.
Need a surfboard?
Actually, you know, let's, why don't we do, Kenichi's thing? Since I already have done the other 2 parts of it. What? I was saying to track it. Why are you doing that game?
You can only do so much on your own, but with a group, anything's possible. Off we go.
Okay, I've been over here. I've done that puzzle. Hello. What do you do? The answer is absolutely nothing. Say it again. Reports are that we... Yeah.
Traveler, Paimon.
Hello, Kenich. Yeah, I wish you had a course to chart. Like, by all means, like, you have a 50-50 on them or something. I don't care, but the fact that I see more weapons than anything else, and it's usually weapons I can never use or don't want to use. Like, the Sack Greatsword is fine. I used it on my Dea on my main for the longest time, so I had it leveled. I actually leveled it for Gaming originally, until I had the stuff for doing a plunge vape thing with Cloud Retainer. And it was fine, but I don't necessarily need it on this account.
Kanich! Fancy meeting you here. We've actually been looking for you.
Hey there, nice to see you again.
I'll get straight to the point. I hear you accepted a proposal from Elder Trinidad.
Oh, the, Turnfire Knight, you mean. You were still his first choice. It's just... Oh, jeez. It's not what it looks like, promise.
Chill, it's cool. I only mention it because there's something you should know. And I suspect Elder Trinidad hasn't been completely forthcoming with you. His true intention is to resolve the Mountain King problem once and for all.
Once and for all? You mean this'll be the last Turnfire Knight ever?
That's right. He wants to use you to send the Mountain King to the Night Kingdom.
To the Night Kingdom? You mean...
To his death.
Whoa, are you serious right now? You shouldn't go blurting out accusations like that. It could get you in trouble.
Paimon, it's fine. It'll just respawn in 10 seconds.
Too blunt? Okay, I'll phrase it more gently. There is potentially a possibility that Elder Trinidad may be hoping that during the course of the ceremony, you kill the Mountain King dead.
But that's ridiculous! He told us the Mountain King is a living symbol of your tribe's glory!
And that glory comes at a price.
Oh, that's right. The Mountain King is a living symbol of our glory, but even this glory comes at a price. Ah, yes, and Nana wasn't the first.
Is it because of his companion, Nana?
Mm-hmm. She likely won't be the last to lose her life either.
Still, is killing the Mountain King really the only way? It seems so extreme!
How does he plan to kill him? You know how he plans to kill him. He's hoping that you will.
The Mountain King is a unique case when it comes to abyssal contamination. It's eaten away at him for so long that it has consumed him entirely, and the damage is irreversible. That evil power has both driven him insane and kept him alive over the centuries. So, to look at it one way, once it's completely purged from his body, the Mountain King will finally be able to rest in peace. In past ceremonies, we've only purged around half of the abyssal power. This was to strike a balance, to keep him alive, but also keep him asleep.
Trinidad didn't say anything about how much power he wanted us to purge, but he did say there were some more details to go over before the ceremony.
Then it sounds like you'll know for sure soon enough.
If he really asked us to kill the Mountain King, what should we do?
Let's see. I think we're a little out of our depth here. Is it too late for us to back out?
I know this must come as quite a shock, so I suggest you act like you didn't hear anything for now. But would you have time to visit the chief after your meeting with Elder Trinidad? I'd like to make a deal with you.
What kind of deal?
One that comes at a very reasonable price. I'm sure you have plenty of other questions, but we can talk more later.
Okay, we'll be there.
Good. See you soon.
I do like how chill Kinich is. It's actually a nice contrast to Mualani, who's kind of bubbly.
Need a surfboard?
Ah, mighty Outlanders, you have returned. Did you have a good rest?
It was, pretty good, yeah.
Glad to hear it. Things are progressing very smoothly on my end. Many of the elders have heard of your heroic deeds, including the chief. They all speak very favorably of you. There are still those who insist that the ceremony should be performed by the bearer of the Malipo name. But they're just stuck in the past. We need to move with the times.
Plus, Kinich doesn't want to do it anyway.
Exactly. So, now, it's time for us to discuss the finer details of the ceremony.
I felt they were making him out to be the villain of the story from the trailers. Really? I never really got that. He's just one of those characters that's kind of I want to say he doesn't know how to people, because that's 100% I'll hate them. But he just kind of keeps to himself. But you can see that he does care about his friends, especially since we saw what we saw in the Archon quest. Although to be fair, I think I only saw one trailer for Kinich, for his character trailer, which was interesting. For some reason, it wasn't in English. It was the Japanese trailer, so I don't know why there wasn't a dubbed one. But it also was subbed in German.
We covered the fire lighting part of the proceedings yesterday. The next part is the purification of the Mountain King.
How does that work?
It's quite simple. You just need to use the sacred flame. We've done it plenty of times before, and it's always very routine. I'm sure you won't have any problems. One point I'd like to stress, though, is that you need to burn away as much of the abyssal energy as you possibly can. The more we dispel, the longer the Mountain King will remain asleep.
You didn't see that one? Yeah, it was weird. So the day of, I think, Kenichi's drop, um, Hoyoverse posted the character trailer for Kenichi, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll take a look at it. It was the Japanese trailer. I was like, okay, I don't know why that was the only one posted, but whatever. And the closed captionings were on, but it should have been in English if it was translated that way. And for some reason, it was in German.
Asleep, huh?
Precisely. In previous years, the Flame Bearer has often been unable to dispel a sufficient amount of abyssal energy. That's the only reason why we have to perform the ceremony on a regular basis. But I understand that you have a lot of experience fighting against the Abyss, and you seem to wield the sacred flame quite effortlessly yesterday. With your help, I'm optimistic this time we can dispel all the remaining abyssal energy from the Mountain King's body, freeing us from this ever-looming threat for many years to come.
Traveler?
Got it. Anything else we need to know?
So this doesn't faze you at all, huh? You clearly have a lot of confidence in yourself. That's all you really need to know? The ceremony's in 3 days. I'll come and fetch you when we're ready. In the meantime, feel free to take a look around our settlement. It would mean a lot to the elders if you got to know some of our people. And if you wouldn't mind helping them out with a few errands here and there, that would be even better.
So you're saying fetch quests.
So now we have extra errands to run? Maybe we should add a little extra to the price.
Just a humble suggestion, that's all. It will help you gain the respect of our people, and as a mighty hero, I truly believe that's what you deserve.
But aren't we already regarded as a mighty hero and respected by the people for going in and saving Kachina?
I'll be sticking around for the next few days, so if you have any questions, you know where to find me.
That's
Seems
just
like Kenichi was right. We should go meet up with him right away.
that's just an excuse for fetch quests.
Huh, you're here.
Kenichi! Elder Trinidad said that...
I can tell. It's written on your faces.
Is that the Traveler and Paimon? Forgive me for not being there to welcome you on your arrival. That should have been my duty as chief.
Hello, Chief Waina.
I only heard the news from Trinidad yesterday, so I asked Kenichi to invite you over for a quick chat.
It's our pleasure.
I believe Kenichi has already filled you in, so I'll get straight to the point. Firstly, I fully endorse your appointment as Flame Bearers for the upcoming Turnfire Night. However, I would like to request that you take steps to ensure the Mountain King's safety. Every child of our tribe grows up hearing the tales of our heroes, from Yupanqui the Firebringer to Burkina and the Mountain King who fought against the Abyss. This is our history and our heritage, the source of our pride and the center of our faith. To kill the Mountain King would be to destroy our spirit. I would never be able to face our ancestors in the Night Kingdom. Nanet's death was a great tragedy, and I do not blame Trinidad for the actions he has taken. Nevertheless, I cannot allow any harm to come to the Mountain King. The very roots of our identity are at stake. My honored guests, please give this matter your serious consideration.
Is there no solution that would satisfy both sides?
Perhaps there is. But despite all our attempts to contain the situation over the years, we've not found it. Right now, I should like to hear where you stand on this matter.
Let's see. I'm inclined to honor your request. I'm inclined to honor my agreement with Trinidad. I need time to mull this over. Paimon, let's sneak off to some other tribe tonight. I'm inclined to honor your
Though I
request.
sense that your mind is not yet made up, I'm still comforted by your words. There are 3 days left before the ceremony. I hope they will bring you clarity.
So, Kenichi, earlier you were saying that...
Let's walk and talk. I'll show you around the tribe.
That works too. Paimon needs to get some air after this.
I'm pretty sure there's plenty of air. You've been outside.
turn Trinidad down. You knew what he was planning, didn't you? That's why you didn't want to be the flame bearer this time, because it's a double-edged sword. The whole Mora thing was just a sneaky excuse.
Double-edged sword is right. But my response wasn't merely an excuse. To solve this exceptional problem, an exceptional price must be paid.
Are you saying you have a plan?
I'm working on it.
Really? Well, come on then, let's hear it.
In a moment. Didn't you have a question you were about to ask me?
Oh, yeah. What was it again? Oh, right. We need to talk about how he's completely unhinged.
That's a point. Where is he today?
I agree that he has a problem. He needs disciplining, so I hired him a teacher.
You got him a teacher? Oh, Paimon would love to see him get scolded for bad behavior. Anyway, moving on. When we ran into a How, he said you two were investigating some abyss thing together. Is that related to the whole Mountain King situation?
Yes, that's the angle I've been working on. I'm a Saurian hunter, but I occasionally hunt the abyss too. One time I was pursuing some purple demonic dogs when I accidentally entered a hidden space.
Rift Hounds. They're called Rift Hounds.
I did some research after the fact. Apparently they're known as beastly rifts, and there are many of them of all different sizes. That's where those purple dogs were coming from. So, if we can locate one of these beastly rifts, clear the monsters out, and move the Mountain King inside, he'd be able to continue living, but without posing a threat to the tribe.
Whoa, that sounds kinda crazy. Would it really work?
It's not without its risks, of course. There's a lot of unknowns in the equation. For instance, for all we know, a prolonged period inside the rift could make the Mountain King's condition worse. Still, we desperately need something like this, even just as a temporary measure. You've seen the conflict the issue is causing in our tribe for yourselves, and believe me, it's been a long time coming. The chief is adamant about keeping the Mountain King alive, whatever happens.
Paimon can understand. It's less about the Mountain King and more about preserving your culture and heritage.
Yes, but on the flip side, you've got people like Elder Trinidad, who is more concerned about protecting the people he cares about now and into the future. And he has every right to take that view. It's one thing to try and preserve the last remnants of a glorious past, but making your kin pay the price for it? No one can seriously tell them that's a fair trade.
You're right. There's no easy answers here. Let's leave that to one side for a moment and assume we go with your plan. How do you actually intend to find one of these beastly rifts? Because at least in our experience, the dogs open the rifts when they want to attack us, not the other way around.
I think I know a way.
Are you really gonna do this?
You have any better ideas?
Not at the moment, but it just feels like using the power of the Abyss for our own ends isn't gonna end well. After all, the Abyss is what turned the Mountain King into a monster in the first place. People are gonna think you've lost your marbles.
If it doesn't end well, then that's the price we pay. Everything in the world comes at a price. Even when Yupanqui, the Firebringer, stole the Turnfire, it cost him dearly. The Mountain King's erratic outbursts have brought tensions within the tribe to a boiling point. Unless this gets resolved quickly, everyone will be stuck in a stalemate.
All right. So what's this deal you wanted to make with us? We're hardly experts on exploiting abyssal power.
All I need you to do is keep people away from me. I'm getting harassed on a daily basis by people trying to convince me to be the flame bearer. I can't afford to waste all my energy dealing with them.
I mean, if you didn't send a How away, he could probably be a repellent.
If you help me out, there will be a gift for you in return.
Ooh, what kind of gift?
Something well worth your while, I'd say.
Okay, but how do we keep people away?
Just keep doing what you've been doing. Integrate yourself with the tribespeople, so everyone comes to terms with the fact that we have a new flame bearer. That way, I won't have an endless stream of people coming to beg me to join the ceremony, and I can focus on finding a way to summon the beastly rift. Then, when the day of the ceremony comes, We'll move the Mountain King into his new home.
Still sounds pretty crazy. Even for a daredevil like you, that's dangerous. And even if it works, what if neither Chief Lina nor Elder Trinidad are happy with it? Have you thought about what you'd do then?
At least the two of them would finally be on the same side of the issue, leaving only me on the opposing side. The tribe needs leaders like them far more than a Saurian hunter for hire like me.
Either way, sounds like there's no more in this for you.
Can I take that to mean that we have a deal?
We can give it a try.
For sure. And who knows? Maybe we'll come up with an even better solution to all of this in the next couple of days.
Great. Well, for the next couple of days, please spend some time among the tribe and lend a hand wherever you can. I'm sure everyone will be swept off their feet when they meet our new flame bearer. Good luck to us both.
Num num heroes with num 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 num.
Next target.
8. Says next day? The next day, okay.
Okay, task for the day. Meet the tribe's people and take some heat off Kenichi's back.
What's the kids?
Pony, how can you call the Mountain King a monster? Because he hurt a lot of people, and look what happened to Nana.
But it wasn't on purpose. The Mountain King is sick, that's all. He's been hurt by the abyss.
Wow, this cute little kid knows a lot.
That's true, but the fact remains that he's now a threat to all of us.
Sorta true.
How can you be so harsh to someone who's sick? If you don't take back what you just said, I don't know if we can carry on being friends.
Toba, Huni, what's wrong?
Pony's saying nasty things about the Mountain King. It's not right. He's our hero.
Once upon a time, maybe, but not anymore.
Hey now, let's not fight. Aren't you best friends?
Yesterday, maybe, but not anymore.
Toba? Fine. I guess my dad is right. Things change, and you just have to accept it and move forward. As of today, our friendship is over. There's no going back. Oh, come on, cut it out, you two. We have some great news to tell you. The Traveler is gonna be the flame bearer for the next Turnfire night. He's gonna do a beautiful ceremony and cure the Mountain King's illness for good.
What? Really?
Of course. I'm an expert at this stuff.
So that's what my dad wanted to talk to you about? To be fair, from what we saw the other day, you are pretty good at climbing cliffs. Probably just as good as Kanich.
I say I'm better than Kanich. I can actually climb. He just flings himself upward, so maybe he is better. But that's not really climbing, that's flinging.
Wait, speaking of Kanich, where even is that guy?
Oh yeah, good question. Is he not coming to the ceremony anymore? We can get him to come, but if he catches you two fighting again, he won't be happy. He'll be sure to give you both a piece of his mind.
No, we can't let that happen. I've never even spoken to him before. I can't afford to make such a bad first impression.
I didn't mean to argue with Toba. All I said was that the Mountain King has done some pretty bad things. He was the one who turned it into a fight.
You do clearly care about each other. The Mountain King can't change that.
Yeah, if you weren't friends, there's no way Toba would have come to look for the baby Saurians with you. All right. Well, because it's the Traveler and Paimon and Kanich, I'm sorry, Toba. I'm sorry for all the mean things I said about the Mountain King. Dad just really misses Nana. And I was really upset that she's gone, too.
Huh? Oh. I shouldn't have spoken to you the way I did either. It wasn't very nice of me. For the Traveler and Paimon, Kanich, and for Nana. I'm sorry too, Huni.
That's more like it. Now you're best friends again. Guess so. Toba, if I ever say something mean about the Mountain King in the future, I'll make sure I say it to someone else, and not you.
Sure.
I'd better go buy some colored cloth for my dad now. He needs it for Turnfire Night. Let's play again some other time. See you, Toba. See you, Traveler and Paimon.
Okay. I'll head home as well then. See you next time.
Okay, take care, you two. Even though they said they're sorry, it looks like their friendship isn't as strong as it was before.
Times really are changing.
Let's just hope we can solve this once and for all. Come on, let's move on.
These clothes are the comfiest.
Huh? What's going on over there? Let's take a look. Hey there! What's happening here?
A rehearsal for the Turnfire Night dance.
Ooh, there's a dance involved? Paimon wants to learn too!
You don't know it? Ah, I guess you're not from these parts, huh? It's rare to see a new face around the tribe these days. I thought everyone would be keeping away.
Why do you say that?
Because of the Turnfire Night, of course. The Mountain King could wake up at any time. That's why we're holding an emergency ceremony. This isn't one of those fun and games festivals. For outsiders, it might even be a little dangerous.
Well, did you know that the Flame Bearer this time is actually gonna be an outsider?
Oh, I did hear about that. It's a first for sure. I would have loved to meet them in person.
Now you have.
What? Oh, it's you? Man, oh man. Well, this is a nice surprise. It's funny. I was just thinking that I'll probably miss out on meeting the new Flame Bearer since I'm not taking part this time around. Then suddenly, there you are. Must be my lucky day.
You're not taking part in the Turnfire Night? How come? You're not an outsider too, are you?
You must be joking. Watch this. Not bad, right? Yeah, I'm considered one of the better looking guys who dances beneath the pillars of the sacred flame. Been doing it a few years. Always gets the ladies out to watch.
Oh, very impressive. So why'd you quit?
Well, I feel like the whole Mountain King situation is getting more and more precarious. It's just not safe here anymore. One of our elders' Saurian companions even lost her life not long ago. The question is, what are we going to do about this in the long term? But our leaders don't have any answers for us. They're probably too busy fighting about it amongst themselves. The way things are going, it's only a matter of time before it gets violent. So I figured, you know what? Now's as good a time as any to get away for a little while. Go do some exploring.
You look a little disappointed.
Disappointed? Nah, it's a great opportunity to go see the world. As every male scion of the canopy knows, wherever you are and wherever you go, the only way is forwards. We take pride in that. I won't forget my roots.
Fair enough. So what's your plan for the next step?
I managed to get in touch with the Saurian Relics Association. They gave me a simple test. Find a decent quality relic, and they'll make me a member.
What's the Saurian Relics Association?
You've never heard of it? It's a group of amateur history enthusiasts who do research on the ancient Saurian era. They're all about collecting relics and remnants from that age. Speaking of which, the guy who was Flamebearer before you, I've heard that his Saurian buddy comes from that time.
A how? A how's a relic from an ancient Saurian civilization?
Oh, yeah, him. So you know those two already, huh? Then, do you know how they met? It was deep inside some mysterious ruin, and they signed a contract there. The association folks say that the kind of contract usually comes with a huge hidden cost.
Really? That sounds ominous.
Who knows? But if it's true, Kanich can probably handle it. He knows what he's doing with weighing up contracts and costs and stuff. I doubt he'd make a contract that doesn't benefit him. Strangely enough, I actually happened upon a strange mural a while back, and it looked to me like it was depicting a Saurian and a human involved in some kind of Saurian-era contract ritual.
Oh, does that count as a relic then?
You bet it does. I was all ready to go take a picture of it and use it as my entry ticket to the association. But after all the abyssal activity recently, I heard that area's been overrun by monsters. The best laid plans, huh? I'll just have to wait and see if things improve. Or... you look like you know your way around a fight. I don't suppose there's any chance you'd be able to help?
If all you need to get is a picture, that should be pretty achievable, right? The Traveler deals with monsters all the time. It's a piece of cake.
Wait, you're seriously gonna help me out?
Come on, it's no big deal. Compared to some of the things we've been roped into before, this is nothing.
Pyro Archon above, you two have hearts of gold, you know that? You're the kind of people who could dive into the Turnfire deep in the bowels of the Night Kingdom, and it wouldn't burn a single hair off your head.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Of course it is. All right, come with me. I'll show you the way.
That was nice of it.
There it is. It's inside these ruins. As you can see, the place is crawling with monsters.
Alrighty then. Stay back and take cover, Tiago. This could get dangerous. We'll take care of them.
Great minds think alike. I'm not about to cramp your style.
Alright, you sit off to the sideline, Paimon.
Off we go. Teamwork is dreamwork. Ha! You're toast! Faster! Woohoo! That should be the last of them. It's a good thing Tiago had the sense to stay in his hiding place, or things could have gotten really hairy for him. Hey, look! That's gotta be it, right? Definitely looks like a mural.
It's a little on the small side.
True. Now that you mention it, most ancient murals take up a whole huge wall. This looks more like someone with a paintbrush got bored and started doodling. It does match the story he told us, though. There's a Saurian and a human. So, is that supposed to be what an ancient contract ritual looked like? Whatever. We're not here to decipher it. Just photograph it.
Take a picture of the mural. It actually wants me to equip my camera. I'm assuming. Oh, I need to use this thingy.
The most important part of going out to have fun is, well, going out. So just show up and I'll handle the rest.
Oh. So what's the point of the camera? Well, we made it authentic.
Let's take it back to Tiago.
Alright, you can head over here.
You've been Oh, Ponche. And I thought my luck was bad.
Oh, I put blood, sweat, and tears into that, and now I've got nothing to show for it. Some gap-toothed goon stole it from me.
Tiago, is this the picture you were looking for?
Let me take a look. Yep, that's the one. Pyro Archon above, you two are superhumans. Hey, Ponche, come and say hi to these guys. They're gonna be the new flame bearers, and they're tough as nails.
Wait, are you the Traveler and Paimon?
Huh? You already know each other?
I don't think so.
My nephew Toba's been telling everyone about you. He says you're crazy strong, super friendly, that you helped him out, and that you're gonna be our flame bearers this Turnfire night.
Oh, so you're Toba's uncle. Great to meet you, sir. Sounds like we managed to make a bit of a name for ourselves.
Always do.
Toba's not wrong, my friend. These two are honestly some of the nicest, most genuine people I've ever met. Everyone speaks incredibly highly of them. Seriously, if you're comfortable telling them about what happened, I guarantee you they'll sort it out in no time.
Really? All I want is to get the fruits of my labor back.
Allow me to explain. Ponche is a well-known scholar within our tribe, author of the widely acclaimed book, Yupanqui's Turnfire. Unfortunately, the book was stolen by a treasure hoarder a few hours ago.
I spent years of my life researching that book. I visited every last ruin, interviewed every descendant of every hero in our history. On the word Malipo alone, I covered at least 5 different interpretations of the meaning based on accounts from different villages.
It was an unparalleled masterpiece.
And now it's all gone. That little goon ambushed me during my morning walk. He snatched all of my belongings, including my entire manuscript.
That book was everything to him. It's like they robbed him of his soul when they took it. Look at him. Lost and listless. He's a shell of the man he was.
Dear honored guests of our clan, I am but a helpless old student. If only for Toba and Tiago's sake, please help me. I beg of you.
Where were you ambushed?
See what I mean, Ponche? Now you've run into these two, your luck's about to change. Big time.
I don't know if he's still there, but come on, I'll take you.
How far down? Oh, that's quite a few bits down the road.
Hey! You thieving rat! Give me my things back!
What do you want now, you old bum? God, you're a waste of space. Prepare to get shoved butt first into a tree hollow.
I dare you to try.
Oh, what's this? Brought a little bodyguard with you, huh? All right, let's see what you've got. Watch this! Eat dirt, suckers!
Yeah, that's a treasure hoarder, all right.
Hey, he's trying to get away! You good? Let's chase him down!
Oops.
Stop, please! By all the warriors, heroes, gods, and kings, I can't run any longer!
You shouldn't have run in the first place, asshole.
Please, I don't have your stuff anymore. Have mercy.
Oh, yeah? Well, where is it then?
I threw it away.
If you were just gonna throw it away, why'd you take it?
You threw it away?
You threw my sandwich away!
The old bum's bag didn't have a single mora in it. Just a tatty old book, worn out pens, and some old rags. All that time lying in wait was for nothing. I was so mad, I just threw all of it away.
Is that really the truth? Okay, then. Where did you throw it away?
The same place you found me. Look, I swear on the Pyro Archon it's the truth. May all my worldly possessions be turned to ash by Turnfire if I'm lying.
Okay, that's a pretty strong oath. What do we do now? It sounds like he's telling the truth.
Let's go back to where we were and see if we can find anything.
Right. Let's hope nobody gets to the book before we do. We'll never get it back then.
Meanwhile, it's Fortress of Doom.
Although the Turnfire is a heroic symbol in Hoytzatlan, it always comes with the more ominous implication of eventual tragedy.
No. That's the teacher?
This holds true for all bearers of this ancient name in recorded history. Each one of them died of non-natural causes, as if the specter of the Turnfire was always lurking in the background. This appears to suggest the existence of some higher power that is always watching the name-bearer, examining their actions, and eventually demanding payment in return. None can escape this payment unless, perhaps, they could honestly swear by Turnfire to never make a single mistake in their entire life. Yupanqui's Turnfire. What an incredible work on ancient name philology. I can't believe it was just lying there for me to take. Let me see. The author is Ponche. Nice. A gentleman and a scholar.
Silence, book muncher. The great Kahula will suffer your droning voice no longer.
Do you truly find no joy at all in perusing such rich historical records?
Joy? What joy is there in this pointless drivel?
Well, it makes a pretty shocking prediction. Every bearer of the ancient name Malipo eventually meets a grisly end. Maybe that's the price you pay for the name that means price?
What? You're saying Kenichi will die a violent death? So I'll finally get to take over his body? When will that glorious day arrive? The great Kahula demands to know!
Wow, you are just irredeemable, aren't you? An agent of chaos down to the core. You make us Abyss Order folks look like saints in comparison.
Silence, maggot! To presume that anyone compares your kind with the great Kahula is sheer vanity. And if that day ever comes, oh, your doom will soon follow.
You don't need to lecture me about Doomsday. Here's what I know, based on countless historical texts. All civilizations will be reduced to rubble by the passage of time. From ancient kingdoms to heavenly thrones to worlds beyond, there are no exceptions. But from the ruins of every civilization, the dust will rise and never settle, thus transcending the confines of time. That dust is what we call a civilization's spirit. And you, great Kahula How, are one such speck of dust from a bygone age. I've paid dearly for the chance to observe you up close. Now, let me take a good look at you. We'll see whether any memories of that age still remain inside you.
We're so sorry, Mr. Ponche, but we couldn't find your manuscript anywhere.
Does that mean all of my hard work was for nothing?
You gotta stay positive, Ponche. You might have lost the book, but the brains behind it are still intact. Surely you remember the main points at least?
The whole reason I worked so hard to get it finished before the Turnfire night is because I hoped that maybe it might help us find a way through these trying times. But now...
You mean you solved the Mountain King problem?
Well, not exactly. But I thought my research might at least be a starting point.
Oh, really? So what did you find out in your research?
I think the key to all of this lies in the power of Malipo.
Ponche, You know as well as anyone that ancient names don't hold any real power. Symbolic power doesn't count.
You're right, but Malipo may be a special case. Given that it first arose in the era of the first Pyro Archon, it might contain remnants of Shibalanke's power.
Yeah, I remember that story. My grandpa told it to me when I was a little kid. Maybe you're the special case. Most kids stop believing in that stuff by your age.
I'm not talking about childhood superstitions here. There is evidence.
Like what?
Like the fact that the Mountain King is still alive. Everyone attributes that to the power of the Abyss. But there's more to it than that. The key factor is that Burkina summoned the power of Malipo at the cost of his own life. If you don't believe me, then answer me this. How many other creatures can you think of who lived longer, not shorter, after being contaminated by the Abyss?
Traveler, different situation but similar idea. Doesn't this remind you of the hilly...
So, I came to the conclusion that Malipo must refer to some mysterious ritual involving a tit-for-tat exchange. It began with the first Pyro Archon, fell with the Grand Alliance, then was buried in the Night Kingdom. And now, it awaits the call of its new bearer.
Hey. Sorry to interrupt, Panche, but you seem to be getting a little overexcited.
I'm sorry. I was originally planning on presenting my findings to Kinich. I'd hoped he would be attending the upcoming ceremony.
Sounds to me like you dreamed up one fanciful theory to support another.
Kinich, what are you doing here?
I more or less finished what I was doing, so I came to have a quick catch-up. Now a good time?
Kinich! I'm onto something. I haven't worked out all the details, but you have to attend the Turnfire Night.
So Mr. Panche here has done a lot of research on the history of the Turnfire, and thinks he might have found a way for you to solve the problem.
I'll be there, Panche. Let's go.
Need a surfboard? Off we go.
Here will do.
Have you found a way to summon the Abyssly Rift?
Yeah. I'd like your help giving it a trial run tomorrow. If that works, we have our plan come Turnfire Night.
Sounds like you're not considering Panche's idea.
You heard him. He hasn't worked out the details yet. We need a more practical solution with concrete steps to follow.
Yet? Are you saying you think he might actually be onto something?
I think it's possible, based on something I know about the war 500 years ago. Burkina didn't fall to the Abyss. He was killed by the Mountain King in an episode of madness. In his final moments, Burkina made the fateful decision to not fight back, and instead pass his blood and power on to the Mountain King. Maybe he thought the Mountain King was stronger than him, and more valuable to the tribe. Or maybe it was just out of loyalty to his friend. Either way, I can believe the Turnfire was involved. Whether you think his sacrifice triggered it, or his fate was sealed from the moment he took the Malipo name, it makes sense to me.
How can you drop these truth bombs with such a straight face?
This is what I've gleaned from my many interactions with the Mountain King. His mind is so disordered. It took some time to piece it all together. The story Elder Trinidad told you was the more palatable version of events. The truth is even darker. The Mountain King's mind isn't just disordered. He is suffering and feels great shame. I believe he wants to be put out of his misery.
What? Then what should we do? Should we grant him his wish?
Of course not. We should help him move to a new home.
So your goal hasn't changed.
It's the only practical solution. The Mountain King is a hero to my tribe. An object of worship, even. Ending his life would be like desecrating a statue. Still, he's been the cause of multiple disasters, and we can't afford to have any more.
Ugh. Practical solutions hurt Paimon's brain. Can we follow our hearts next time?
Then let's break for the day. I've already found a suitable venue for tomorrow.
A lot of advancing time this time around. Oh, my back's not liking my chair today. Ugh. Up, it's on the outside. Of course it is.
Need a surfboard?
Wait, was it in the thing? Are you kidding me? It was. He was behind me.
You're here. Very punctual.
Oh, so the gruesome twosome come crawling back. Here to make amends after the gross irreverence you displayed last time? Very well. The almighty dragon lord Kahulahau shall grant you the audience that you seek. Now pucker up and kiss our feet. Kanichi, didn't you say you found him a teacher? He's just as out of control as ever! Hey! No one gets to discipline the almighty dragon lord Kahulahau! No one!
How do you put up with this behavior?
Maybe because I've never had a gentle-natured companion like Paimon to compare against.
Is that a compliment?
Yeah, I see what I'm missing out on now. And it's a lot.
Kanichi! We could drown this measly flying ant in one droplet of spit! How dare you compare her to the almighty dragon lord Kahulahau! Oh, just wait till I possess your dead body! I will commit heinous atrocities! Tear down your legacy! Destroy your reputation! Wreak havoc on your...
Traveler, Paimon, let's get down to business. Once we've opened the beastly rift, you're welcome to toss a how in there for a couple of days.
With pleasure. You don't need to ask twice.
Alright, we're taking a screenshot of Smug Traveler here.
I got my hands on this device in a trade. It's meant as bait, but it'll also stabilize the abyssal energy. The Rift Towns will tear through space to get to this. Once they're here, we take them out and claim the Rift for ourselves.
How'd you get your hands on this?
You'll find out soon enough. First, let's try this out. They'll tear you to pieces given half the chance, so be careful.
One with nature, as one with wind and cloud.
Uh-oh. Are there even bigger ones on the way?
You see, Kanichi? I'm a man of my word. In fact, I'd say I under-promised and over-delivered. Nifty little gizmo, isn't it?
Aw. That's interesting.
I take it this is your true form?
Now that our deal is complete, it's time to start the next phase of our relationship. I made a promise to the great Kahula How, and now I'm here to seize your body for his use. Cliché, I know. The hero's trusted partner sends him out to the abyss in a shocking act of betrayal. Cue bad guy speech and drawn-out death sequence.
Huh? Angel?
Huh? Huh? What are you two doing here? Oh, Mr. Kinich, this is not what we agreed on.
Traveler, this is the gift I got you. I know you're looking for intel on the Abyss Order, so I thought he might be of use to you. But it looks like you've already met.
Yeah, we've met.
Yikes. Frosty reception. Gotta say, I kinda pictured this moment going a little differently. Tears of joy welling up in your eyes as you say the words, "It's good to see you again, old friend."
Don't be ridiculous. Sounds like you've been reading too many romance novels.
There we have it. Change is inevitable and nothing lasts forever. What a pity. Well then, time for you to meet the new me. This time, please call me Sanka.
Sanka! Aha! So you're Glasses Guy! You tricked Huni and Toba into telling you a bunch of stories!
What's your real name?
What does it matter? A name is a superficial label. It's what's deep down inside that counts. And I've shown you the deepest parts of me.
You mean the masochistic parts?
That would explain a lot. Why else would you show up here and start acting like a wise guy? You looking for a fight?
I'll pass. I do rather like you, as I've said before. But my one quibble is that you really don't know your own strength.
And what are you doing here?
Wait. Of course. You're the one behind all the recent Abyss activity. Let Paimon guess. You've been provoking the Mountain King too.
Haven't I told you before? I'm not part of the inner circle who do our highnesses' bidding. My interests are far more low stakes. I spend my time digging for truth in ancient doodads and books. You really think a benchwarmer like me is capable of more than that?
I investigated him. He's not connected to the recent events. Just happens to be in the area. So I struck a deal with him. He helps me summon a rift. I allow him to do some historical research.
But that's all over. And now Kinich wants to hand me over to you. Well, I was hoping this would be an opportune moment to whisk away his body. That would have given me some more time to study the great Kahula How. But now I've run into you, which is just my luck. Or maybe I've incited the wrath of the Turnfire, and this is the price I have to pay. But I don't understand. What did I do wrong?
You tricked Huni and Toba.
Wait, does that count? Let me think.
How? You are the worst of the worst! Colluding with the Abyss Order against Kinich? How could you betray your partner? There is no betrayal. The almighty Dragon Lord Kahula How is a partner to no one.
Don't worry, I told him to act as bait.
Yes, and you should have picked a bigger fish. The Abyss Order? Ha! What a joke. Not even a match for our lowly servant. I put up with this toad's croaking for days, and it was all for nothing.
It looks like your disciplinary measures have been less than effective, Mr. Enjo.
What did you expect? Behavioral rehab isn't really our thing. Otherwise, we might as well change our name from the Abyss Order to the Abyss Boarding School.
The abysmal disorder would suit you better. Kanish, dispose of him. He is of no further use to us.
I gotta say, he's better at the ugly nicknaming game than Paimon.
Traveler?
Be my guest. The Abyss Order is a threat to us all.
Hey now, I may be a lowly clerk, but don't underestimate me. I could never beat you in a straight-up fight, but when it comes to running away, I won't lose to anyone. Do me a favor and remember how fast I disappear. Maybe then you'll show me a little respect next next time.
Darn! He got away again! Couldn't you have stopped him?
It's alright. He's not worth our time and energy. Besides, it seems like he's in debt to a lot of people. I'm sure they'll keep him busy.
If you say so. Still, Paimon's kind of surprised that you actually struck a deal with someone from the Abyss Order.
To borrow that guy's words, names are superficial labels. Whether you call it the Abyss Order or anything else, it's a broad generalization at best. Think of it like apples that have fallen from a tree. If you tasted each one, you'd find that they're all at different stages of ripening. Even the unripe fruit blown off its branch before it's fully grown can still be brewed into a fine wine. Everything has its use.
Huh. Well, in that specific sense, maybe Enjo's not such a bad apple. Not rotten to the core, at least.
Of course! Only the almighty Dragon Lord, Kahula How, is rotten to the core and evil beyond redemption.
Ugh. So what exactly are you anyway? You're definitely the evilest little thing Paimon's ever met.
Don't worry, he can't hurt a fly.
Because he signed a contract?
You could say that.
Paimon heard that those kinds of contracts might come with a terrible cost attached. Is that true?
Such as a How watching me like a ravenous vulture?
Vulture! Vulture! We are the Dragon Supreme! Sovereign ruler of the Nation of Flame!
Let's pick this up another time. It's getting kinda late. You should go back and get some rest. Big day ahead. Tomorrow's Turnfire Night. Time to light the sacred flame and burn away the filth for a legendary 500-year-old warrior.
Oh, yeah. Hearing you lay it out like that is making Paimon a little nervous. For all the work we've put in, it all comes down to tomorrow night. We have to make sure we solve this problem once and for all.
Then it can't hurt to say this one more time. Good luck to us both.
Good luck to us both.
See you tomorrow.
18 to 20 this time.
At long last, you're back. I hear you've done much for our people these last few days. Everyone has nothing but praise for you. Many young people have heard the rumors too. They're all eager to meet our new flame bearer.
Well, they won't have to wait for long. It's almost time for the ceremony. We really hope we can resolve the Mountain King situation quickly and smoothly. Seems like a lot of people have been worrying about it, huh?
Well, it's nearly time. So, if you're ready, then follow me to the ceremony site.
Yeah, let's head off.
Off we go!
This should just be the fight with the Mountain King.
Here we are. Our honored guests have arrived. I have heard much about your fine work over the past few days. I hope you'll allow us to thank you properly after tonight's ceremony.
Don't worry about it. Getting this huge venue ready must have been a huge task. No need to make extra work for yourselves on our account.
Oh, if it means getting the Mountain King issue resolved, no cost is too great to bear.
A resolution will come in due course, but every great fire starts as a tiny spark. We must take it one step at a time.
No one would disagree with you if that were possible, Chief, but it's been far too long since we've seen a real step forward. Look around you. Can't you see how our numbers have dwindled since the last Turnfire night?
The ceremony was arranged on short notice. Many are away from home and could not make it back in time.
That may be so, but still.
Good evening, Traveler in Paimon.
Kinich! Not a moment too soon.
Chief Wayna, Elder Trinidad, could you give us a minute? I'd like to give the Traveler a few pointers as the previous flame bearer.
Very well, but make it quick. Let me know when you're done, and we will begin the ceremony.
Let's step to the side. Has anyone gone over the key steps of the ceremony with you yet?
No, but do you think that would have been their top priority?
Yeah, Elder Trinidad did, but, Paimon seems to have forgotten them.
What a surprise! The flying ant has an ant-sized brain.
If you don't want your tongue to be burned off by the sacred flame tonight, I suggest you stay quiet. See those sacred flame pillars? Once you've lit the fire, go light each one up in turn. Once that's done, head down into the cave where the Mountain King slumbers, light the braziers along the way, then bring the flame to the final altar. Then the ceremony is complete.
That sounds simple enough.
The process isn't complicated, but remember, you mustn't turn back at any point. If you miss a pillar, you can't light the next one, then come back to it. You have to keep moving forward, or it's seen as disrespecting our ancestors. If that happens, you won't receive the blessing of the Turnfire, and you'll have to start over. I made you a diagram that summarizes the steps. Take a look.
Okay, it still technically should be a straight line, but will the game cooperate?
So that's our part. What about you?
I'll be with you the whole way, and once you've lit the altar, I'll start summoning the rift. You can leave that side of things to me. Just focus on your part.
Okay. We'll try to remember all that and get it right the first time.
Well then, shall we begin?
Ready when you are. But I think I saw Huni and the others just now. Maybe you should say hi before you start. Might make you less nervous. Just tell the chief when you're ready.
Mr. Traveler, you look so cool today!
Yeah, that does look weird. So I saw this screenshot, I think on Twitter. They're like, I think you met something up here, and it does look weird because obviously this part here is supposed to refer to Ether, and this one refers to Lumine. So yeah, we're not supposed to see this one. She's supposed to say this one. Hoyo, fix that. That looks weird.
You're gonna make sure the Mountain King never threatens us again, right? I believe in you. I'll be cheering you on the whole time.
Oh, is this Toba?
Mr. Traveler, you're finally here! I even dragged my uncle out to watch the ceremony.
Although I'd hoped for the Malipo name-bearer to perform this ceremony, that was never anything to do with you, so please don't take it personally. I got thinking last night, and I realized if the lesson of Malipo is to look forwards, then I should accept that my book is gone and start anew. Besides, I'll have even more to write about this time, given this will be our first Turnfire ceremony featuring a flame bearer from another land. I'll be taking detailed notes.
Good luck, Mr. Traveler. You got this.
Mighty Outlanders, the time has finally come. You know what must be done. Please remember, you must cleanse as much abyssal energy as you can. This is the only way to prolong the Mountain King's slumber. I am sure you have what it takes.
How are you doing? Is all in order?
Yeah, we're ready.
I'm counting on you. Don't forget what we talked about. By past fuel and present flame, life marches ever on. My brothers and sisters, the time has come to light the fire once again, and let the Turnfire night shine bright in Hoytzitlan.
Once you attain the flame.
Go get the sacred flame.
Oh. That was interesting. Why'd you do that?
Nicely done. Off to a good start.
Well.
Great stuff.
Oh no! Well, I don't know where I'm going now. Can I restart that? No. Hey Brian, how's your trip going?
That's not gonna work. You have to do them in order, and there's no going back.
I love that. You have to do them in order. There's no going back. Okay. Okay, now can you be smart about this?
Nicely done. Off to a good start.
So far, kind of okay.
Great stuff. You're over halfway. Keep it up. Impressive. Just one more to go. Come on, one last push. The final sacred flame pillar is up ahead.
A great till today. By Tad's Diary. Oh no! Tried to get it fixed, but no one had tire or the time in the area, so we rented a U-Haul and we're driving it back. Oh! Oh, that's not how you want that to go. I'm sorry to hear that, dude.
Great. All the pillars are alight. Next, it's down into the canyon and head for the Mountain King's cave. Almost there. The cave is just up ahead. The Abyss presence is growing strong. We should deal with the contamination first.
Can I light them on fire? Is that what I'm doing? Oh good, I did hit it.
There's the altar of the sacred flame. Remember, light up the torches around it first.
The unnamed tropical storm. Oh yeah, I did see that there was something about that. Borderlands the movie. Yeah, no, we saw a really bad accident on Friday.
That's the Mountain King up ahead, right?
That's him. Kangamato, king of the Yumkasaurs from 500 years ago. He's very powerful.
Paimon can tell. He's huge. Let's tread carefully. We don't want to wake him up.
Should we pretend to purify the king?
You've made it at last. You did even better than I expected.
Traveler, now comes the final and most important step of the ceremony. Please use the power of the sacred flame to cleanse the Mountain King of abyssal filth.
There's no need this time.
Such strong abyssal power. What is that thing? Kinich, what is the meaning of this?
Is that a beastly rift?
Chief Waina, Elder Trinidad, this is about to get a little dangerous. You should step back.
I haven't heard anything. I've been trying to keep up with if there's been any details or anything, but I can't even find a news story on it.
What do you think you're doing?
Solving the Mountain King issue.
You mean by having him torn to pieces by rift hounds?
No, stop! We can't let that happen!
Foolish Locust! Can't you see? We're trying to shove your Locust King into the beastly rift!
But...
And on a stretcher, an ambulance, but the ambulance wasn't in a hurry, it seems. Yeah. No idea about the driver of the car, either.
I'm sorry, Chief Waina and Elder Trinidad. This is the only way.
Yeah.
Can you promise me that no harm will come to the Mountain King?
I can't guarantee it, but I'm fairly confident.
Traveler, this is not what we agreed on. You must cleanse the Mountain King of every last trace of abyssal contamination.
This is Kanichi's idea. It has nothing to do with me.
Okay, I see what this is. You've been in cahoots this whole time.
Yep.
You imbecile! What have you done? Oh no! The device is destroyed!
You forced my hand. I had no choice.
Elder Trinidad? What are you doing?
No, the Mountain King is waking up. He will cause even more casualties.
Everyone, out! Now!
Well, it seems there is only one way to awaken you all from your willful blindness. More sacrifices must be made.
Oh, he hungry.
Take me, oh Mountain King! Take me as your next sacrifice!
Everyone's still outside. We have to keep the Mountain King here. Give me a hand.
Nova, get them!
The wind knows me.
I hit my burst.
Watch out for the fruits he's spitting out. I can use those against him. Yeah, that's it.
That's lovely.
I'm going in. You're toast. Amazing. Surf's up. Check this out. Best of luck.
Ah, didn't move.
What do we do? We can't open the rift!
Kill me! Put an end! Waits at launch! Shame!
By past fuel and present flame, life marches ever on.
Oh, Burkina, I must atone.
Patience. We will answer to the fire for all our deeds. Even if one day I fall behind, never look back. Keep moving forward, as we are now.
Live with your guilt and shame. This is the price to pay.
Heir to the Turnfire, please use my ruined vessel to train the heroes of the future. The will of Kangamato will march ever on, till the abyss is stamped out.
Not the voice I expected from that thing.
Pretty eventful day yesterday, huh? Paimon wonders how things are doing now. Let's go ask the chief.
Traveler, you've come at just the right time. I have some good news for you. Trinidad's condition is stabilized. He suffered burns on much of his body, but we believe he'll survive.
Guess that's the best news we could hope for. Paimon has to ask, is everyone in your tribe such a risk taker? First Kinich, then Elder Trinidad? Is this the scions of the Canopy's adventurous spirit in action?
We're simply not afraid to charge ahead into the unknown.
Is Kenichi okay?
He's fine. Don't worry. He's gone to check on the Mountain King. Something most mysterious has happened. After the incident yesterday, a transparent shell has formed around the Mountain King's body. We don't understand the mechanism behind it, but the shell appears to insulate him against the influence of abyssal power. It is somewhat akin to a scab, in that it stops the abyssal energy within him from bleeding out, while also preventing further abyssal energy from seeping in and infecting him. We've never seen anything like it. The tribe's most senior elders believe it was caused when he was burned by the sacred flame, similar to the way burned wood becomes charcoal. I think their theory makes sense. After all, we've never thrown the Mountain King directly into the sacred flame before.
Wow. So it's made a barrier against abyssal energy? That's a good thing, right?
It's practically a miracle from what we've seen of it so far. It means that the Mountain King's level of abyssal energy is now stable. No longer will we need to perform an annual cleansing ceremony.
Wow. That's amazing!
Was it really just the power of the sacred flame?
I know what you're thinking. The young people in the tribe are already speculating that yesterday's ceremony was a Turnfire night like none other in our history. Because you and Kinich, you summoned the very flame that appears in our ancient legends. A great transparent ball of fire. And that fire is what saved the Mountain King.
Whoa! So that was the real Turnfire?
I may be the chief of this tribe, but I've only ever known the Turnfire as a concept in our legends. I cannot answer that question. If anyone can answer it, I suspect it would be the bearer of the Malipo name. He is in the Mountain King's cave as we speak.
Ah, so Kanich then. Why don't we go see how he's doing? Hey, Kanich!
Hey yourselves. You two doing okay after yesterday?
We were gonna ask you the same question. You scared Paimon half to death when you rushed into the fire.
Sorry, I couldn't just stand and watch the Mountain King get burned alive.
So you thought you'd try and extinguish the sacred flame with Dendro? Or is that an attempt to make the almighty Dragon Lord Kahulahau die of laughter?
The sacred flame only possesses a fraction of the Pyro Archon's power. It's not as if I was fighting the Pyro Archon herself.
Kanich, when you went into the flames, were you intending to,
Intending to what?
to, do the same thing as Burkina?
Sacrifice myself? Of course not. My focus was on keeping the Mountain King alive, not on what it would cost. But now I'm curious. What made you think I was going to sacrifice myself?
Well, because everyone's saying the Turnfire is what saved the king last night. And Ponche's theory was that summoning the Turnfire is a tit-for-tat exchange, right? So, Paimon thought you decided to pay for it with your life.
So you've heard that rumor too. I'm afraid I can't say for sure. What happened yesterday was a first for me too.
Well, even if you don't know, there's probably no one in the world who does.
What I would say is, if that really was the power of the Turnfire, I'd sooner believe that the Mountain King summoned it himself.
The Mountain King? Then, what price did he pay?
The core meaning of price is not atonement or compensation, but what you're willing to give up in order to obtain what you want. It's easy to die for your sins. Much harder to live with the guilt and keep on going. In the end, the Mountain King chose the latter option. For Burkina and for the tribe. That's the price he paid.
Alright, so how is the Mountain King doing now?
Health-wise, there's nothing to worry about. He'll enter a fighting stance whenever we set foot in his territory. But his attacks are gentler now and not as crazed as before. Like he said yesterday, he just intends to be a sparring partner for people to practice with.
You said health-wise. Is something else bothering you?
Yeah, I tried communicating with him again, but he didn't respond.
We dare say that Locust King has well and truly lost its mind. The lights are on, but nobody is home. Its body remains fighting fit thanks to the perverse power of the Abyss, but time has been less kind to its soul. It was ground to a pulp long ago.
But we saw him come back to his senses yesterday.
That was merely one last burst of brain activity before it croaked. As you humans would say, it went out with a bang.
Oh, come on! Stop being such a doomer. Paimon bets the Mountain King has finally let go of the tragedies of the past now, and is focusing on moving forward. That's why he doesn't have time to chat with us. He's too busy thinking about the future.
Well, at least it means my fellow tribespeople can move forward now, too. Thank you for your help, Traveler. I owe you one.
Nah, you already gave me the gift.
Yeah, that's right. You caught Enjo for us, remember?
But he ended up being completely useless. It's not a fair trade if you lost out.
Ah, that's on him. It's not your fault he's useless. Besides, we're friends now. You don't know us anything.
Friends? But your friendship is an even more valuable gift. I can't in good conscience accept it for free.
But you give your friendship in return. Cool in exchange.
So, promise me, if you need anything in the future, you'll come to me. For you, I'll do anything.
Free 5-star. Gimme? All right, I gotta say, Kenichi's story was better than Mualani's. Maybe because he was a lot more involved.
So, in the end, only poor little Huni got the sad ending?
Yeah, everyone's happy except me. First Nana, then my dad. Why does everyone in my family have to suffer?
Hoonie, it'll be okay. Your dad will get better soon.
Toba, you're my friend, so I shouldn't say this to your face. But it was all the Mountain King's fault.
Huh?
I mean, yes, but he was also an idiot.
Now hold your horses, kiddo. If you promise not to fight, Uncle Sanka will tell you a story. Okay, before you roll your eyes out of your skull, I promise you can trust me. I almost got my eyebrows burned off by the turnfire after last time. That's why I came back, to make it up to you. All right, I'll just get to the point. Do you know what Uncle Sanka loves the most about your people?
What?
Your extreme sports.
Huh?
On my first day here, I got hit by someone falling out of the sky. I believe you call it bungee jumping?
Okay, Brian, safe travels.
It's a dangerous sport, to be sure, but the courage it took to make the jump impressed the heck out of me. So, I introduced myself to the jumper, we made friends, and I even helped treat her wounds.
Oh, such a nice friend.
Of course. Anyway, the good times didn't last, because I got captured by a powerful foe, so we had to part ways for a while. In the hands of the enemy, I was scorned, scolded, and nearly given away as a gift. Oh, it was so humiliating. A horrible experience to look back on. Why does Uncle Sanka always have to suffer, I thought. So I feel your pain, Huni. I was in the same position. But in the end, I made it through, and I left all of those painful memories in the past. I even managed to reunite with my friend.
Is that it?
The moral of the story is to look forward in life, right? Yeah, we've heard that one millions of times. Sorry, Uncle Sanka, but you're not cut out to be a teacher.
Very smart, Huni, but not quite smart enough. What I'm trying to tell you is that after I reunited with my friend, I found her injuries were all healed, but she really missed her family. So, I thought you might like to see her too. She's right behind you. Turn around and see.
Another trick about not turning back? I'm not falling for that one again. Huh?
Yippee! And we can claim Kenichi's thing. Doesn't give us enough, does it? Nope. Nope, we're just a little bit shy. That's okay. Oh, nope. Let's go back to you. Oh, we just have one more quest out here. That's cute. I like that they add the characters over on the side. It's actually a really good picture of Kinich. I could do without a how. But that will do it for me today. Again, I enjoyed that story a lot more than Mualani's. I felt that it did have more. Not only did it have to do with the culture of the tribe and stuff like that, so you got a little backstory on it, but also Kinich with his ancient name. And I know Mualani's whole thing with the ancient name happened in the Archon quest, but it just felt like her story didn't really have much about her. Like anything really with her. I don't know. It was just kind of weird. Tomorrow will be pretty much more of the same. We'll do a little bit more exploration, try to get some more primos. We should at least have one wish to do on the limited banner. We'll be doing more ley lines. We'll be doing books tomorrow, so I'm just gonna go back and forth with those. But I do want to make plans on getting our characters ascended, such as Mualani and Tainari. Who else do I have? Mualani, Tainari, Lynette. Yeah, Lynette needs to be ascended, and Beto. So they're the ones that just need to be ascended and then level. Beto, what the heck? And of course we do have the Traveler to level as well, but I still want to put him on the back burner only for the fact that he could just flip between anything and everything. I just need to make sure I have stuff that's just his, kind of. Does that make sense? That way I'm not just flipping around all the artifacts and whatnot. But we do want to level, Sync Cho, Eula, and everything. We also do want to have Dea get leveled up so that Mualani can stop getting knocked off her shark. But I do wonder how the pyro application is going to be. Like, I have no doubt that it's going to be fine for the vaping aspect of it, but let's face it, she is doing damage off field. So we'll see if it's worth taking out Kazuha. I don't think it is, just because, again, you jump on the shark, she hits everything right in one go, and then she could just fire it off. But we do need to start thinking about doing all of that stuff, of course, but that is going to take a lot of resources. We then also need to consider getting better artifacts. Eula's artifacts are absolute dog shit. And Mualani is just on a, I don't even want to say copium build. She's just on like the poor man's build here, because I haven't gotten anything better for her on her set. Now, I will state this about Mualani. For being like the poor man's set and stuff like that, this is why she's free to play friendly. You can get the numbers that I have been getting with something like this. While you build her set, farm her set if you so chose. You could just give her Heart of Death if you really wanted to. And you can give her, like, I have her with the Wit Sith, because it's the only crit-based damage attack. Wow! Crit damage weapon. I don't know where the word attack was coming from. That you can get. The Black Cliff weapon is there, but it does attack. So, like, there's only one thing on here that it can flip to that is no use to her, but she still gets the stat stick damage. So, I do find the Wit Sith actually a good weapon to put on her. I'm still on that fence of whether or not I like the Natlan characters. Like, Kenichi's cool. Like, story-wise, look-wise, they're very cool. But so far, playstyle-wise, like, I like Mualani, but I hate her at the same time. As Forrest pointed out, it looks like her tracking, I guess, is the best way to put it, was a little bit better today. She didn't just, like, yeet the shark out into oblivion. So that was good. But the problem is that when you use them outside of Natlan, it feels you're not getting their full extent of their power, because they don't have that extra bar so that they can stay in their Night Soul. Kinich actually just feels like he stays on it a little bit longer. So I don't know what it is about his kit that makes it feel that way outside of Natlan. This is just by observation, because I do not have him on my main either. But this was just through observation, through videos, and watching Forrest play him as well, because he did get him. So it's an interesting trade-off. So honestly, like, I'm not going to change my mind and go for Kinich. I think Raiden Shogun's going to still be better for the account. But part of me kind of wishes I went for Kinich over Mualani. However, I do think that Mualani, for the characters I have, I think Mualani is better. Only for the fact there's one character in common that both of them were like, they're a good partner. And that's Emily, who I did try to get, and we lost to Tainari. And part of the reason that Emily is good for both of them is that they both seem to favor reaction with pyro. And Emily gives a reduction to burning damage. So despite, being in Bennett's circle to heal me, I think the grass is doing more damage. Not it's kind of negating Bennett's healing. Or at least that's what it feels like when you're just running around on Mualani's shark. So I'm a little bit conflicted also with the rumor mill. The rumor mill with Shalonen. It sounds like she is basically a cross between Kazuha and Bennett. And I think that part comes more from the artifact set, not necessarily her kit with the buffing. That's okay. But she heals, and she would heal with Geo. So no fire. But I would still need fire for vaping on Mualani. But the thing that's tripping me up a little bit, is that it sounds like her weapon is kind of a must pull to get the most out of all of it. I don't know about her solo. Again, I hear a little bit in the rumor mill. I don't actually chase that information just because they can alter whatever the heck they want until her release. But it is something to take into consideration. So because of that, and also because of how the account actually looked, Jillinan sounds really good because, again, she would be reacting with Geo, so she would be crystallizing with the other elements, minus Dendro, of course. So we would be getting a shield. That's not bad. But if I need her weapon to actually do any sort of like uber buff or whatever, that makes it so that I guess that she would be better than Bennett. But let's also put it this way. I think she would be buffing all damage actually because of the artifact set and not just attack, which is what Bennett's buff does. However, anyone can equip that artifact set and at least give some partial buff. Where's Kachina? Oh, you would be on a background that does not play nice with this green. Party member triggers a Night Soul Blessing, equipping. The equipping character regenerates 600 elemental energy. So they would have to do the 4-part elemental type. All nearby party members gain 12% elemental damage bonus for their elemental types involving in the reaction. So it still wouldn't be a bad thing on someone. Hell, I could throw this on Bennett instead of the double S. So I could do something like that. So the plan for this account at the moment, Shilinen just remains to be seen of her final kit. Because if I have to use the weapon to make sure she functions, that's a no-go. You should never ever have to get the weapon to make sure they function. And I think that's the wrong... It sounds wrong to say that because it is. It really is. It's like no character has done that, blah, blah, blah. That's true. No character has actually done that. But that's just more of the hearsay and stuff like that. That's just like, oh, the math is going to show this, and obviously this will be the best bang for your buck, blah, 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 or whatever. I don't want to deal with any of that. Because here's the other thing. Rumor mill. I don't care who's running with her, because right now it's rumored to be Chiori. It's the second half. And if the second half has Nahida, I'm going for Nahida. Like, hands down. So even like putting a little bit towards the Raiden Shogun like I am now, because she probably would be able to slot into teams and whatever and be really good for the account, the moment it is confirmed, if it's Nahida, I save. Because I need to guarantee that I get her. Because she will most definitely be helpful on this account. Heck, I could probably slot her in instead of Kazuha for Mualani and get another reaction. That being said, hello. I'm actually just getting ready to end stream. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow. We'll just make, still make headway on this account. It's been interesting going where we've gone so far. There is still pieces of me that regret getting Mualani. She does great damage and stuff like that, but the little bit of bugginess that she has, it does put a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. Not gonna lie. But we'll see what we can do, right? We got to deal with what we've got. That's why we leveled Tainari. We have a lot of artifacts we are going to need to farm. So, more than likely, what's going to happen is we're going to deal with the leveling and ascending of the other characters that I mentioned. Even if we get someone like Raiden, she's just going to be sitting on the back burner. Same with Nikita, a little bit till we get all of that straightened out. So we have them at level 90. We can deal with the Abyss a little bit better, hopefully. Like this time or last time around, because I haven't done the new one. My husband and I did the last Abyss and didn't even get 9 stars. We got 8, I think, on floor 11. And it's just because the team just needed to be leveled up. It was rough. It just needed to be leveled up, and we got 1 star, I think, on Chamber 12. So, progress is progress. And I know the Abyss is going to be a pain in the ass. It's just gonna. But that's what's going to happen first, and then we're going to start doing artifacts, and I'll probably dump all of the fragiles I have left into at least one of the domains. It's probably going to be Mualani's, unless we get some really good sets out of the gate. And then we'll farm the subsequent sets for, like, Golden Troop and whatever, and that stuff we can also strongbox. So yeah. I will see everyone tomorrow. I hope you all had fun. Until then, take care.